That was good timing.
I saw you last night.
Eh?
I saw you last night. You're wearing the same clothes?
Yeah.
Or no, wait, you were wearing
I was
jeans.
wearing jeans, yeah. But this shirt, I put it on clean after I had a run yesterday, and then I went to downtown.
It's still dirty.
Well, it's not dirt. I looked at it today, and it looks as if it came up against some bleach. There's parts where, you know how bleach can take the color out of your clothes? Yeah, well, that's what happened. I bleached my clothes.
Well, I'm treating you to a coffee.
You are? Oh, that's kind of you. You don't have to, you know that.
Oh, okay.
How far do you want to run today? 6K?
To the pigs.
To the pigs?
It's 8K.
I'm not sure. We'll see how far it is. I'll get my thing going.
That's what I was asking.
Yep. Anyway.
I got my new... start my new job next Thursday.
You do, eh?
Not next Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. So I won't be able to run.
Oh, that's a shame. Anyway.
I'll have to figure out a different day, Friday.
Well, just let me know which day is best for you, bearing in mind that you're trying to get as many
Runs in.
workouts as possible in each week. Alright, so let's go. I'm going to try and figure out what Spanish pace is for you so that you don't get too tired too soon.
Well, I think that was only on the street tour.
You got something against the chip trail. I think that's what it is. You know that chip? It's probably too soft underfoot. You prefer running on a hard surface. Well. I got here a bit early again, as usual. I went down to the beach again, as usual. So, how did the baseball go?
Baseball?
Yeah, the softball training.
Oh, it was okay.
Did you say hi to Rob?
Yeah, I did.
Good.
He said the last one he did was that's the one I lived in the spun malt.
Really? Yeah, that was the last time I ran with him as well. And that was just a few weeks after I was off crutches. He was one of the first people I ran with.
Not bad. He said last time he ran was actually with me and just him.
This guy's trying to rake his front yard from a wheelchair. That's pretty enterprising of him. Good work.
That's good exercise, I guess.
Yeah, you got a boot on. I had a boot for
Oh, like a...
I had Achilles surgery on my...
Yeah, these are really common.
Yeah. Did you have surgery? Did you have surgery?
I broke my back, but I just got a sore.
Oh.
No!
Anyway, I think I'm spooking your dog. You used to have a zebra here. What happened?
It's just down here on the left.
Oh, it's still there?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the guy who owns the house with the zebra. Well, I don't see it. Oh, there it is. He's hiding in the tree. I thought maybe he'd had the same surgery as me, but he said he had a sore, but I'm not sure what that means. Whether he's, been in the wheelchair for years or whether he's just in a wheelchair at the moment. I got a feeling he might have been in a wheelchair for a long time, because one of the biggest problems they have is they get sores from sitting all the time. You know what I mean? If you had to spend the entire day sitting on your butt in a chair, eventually you get sores, like bed sores. He might have got sores on his ankles from lying in bed. I've seen that before. Because you know I used to be a home care worker, so I got to see all these people who needed help. Press the button, Derick. I got it. Well, at this rate, we're going to get to the pigs, no problem.
What do you mean?
Well, because we've had it taken an early couple of breaks, you know, chatting with that guy, waiting for the lights to change.
Thanks a lot, mates.
It's a good idea, you know, to when you just get started, to do a couple of little sessions before you get serious. You got a lot of gas today, my friend. What did you have last night to eat? Fat burger?
I don't know.
Anyway.
It looks explicit.
Explicit, yeah. That's right. I can always edit out the farts if you like.
Might not catch it.
Well, I don't know if you've finished farting yet. I might end up with no show at all. Anyway.
Thanks a lot, Derick.
I'm glad you brought that up. All right. As we settle in, I think my Ice Smooth Run lady is working, but I've had trouble with her voice lately. She's gone silent. She's in stealth mode. Did you ever see a submarine movie called Run Silent, Run Deep?
No.
It's good.
I saw a movie called Grey Down. Lady Grey Down.
Is that about submarines?
Grey Lady Down. Yeah, it's a submarine.
I could never do that.
What?
I'd feel so cooped up in a submarine. Knowing that above you you've got like 1,000 feet of cold seawater. Ooh. Too deep so you couldn't just rise to the surface. You would die if you got out of the submarine.
There was a show called it was like this deep sea adventurers show.
Yeah.
And they would go find,
Like Jacques Cousteau?
I don't know, they'd find old shipwrecks in the water.
Okay.
And then
That sounds interesting.
one time they found this submarine, World War II submarine, and it was still closed, like it wasn't open. So
There were still bodies inside.
yeah, so they didn't want to disturb the peace.
Oh, I remember that one, yeah. I saw that.
And so I was
They made it into a shrine
yeah.
for the lost sailors.
So I was like, well, why not? Oh, I would like to see the dead bodies.
Well, for the respect of the families, they probably didn't want to see all these shriveled up corpses.
I think it's like dancing on somebody's grave.
Yeah,
It's bad luck.
very bad luck.
So it'd be the same thing, I guess.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, I don't care. I want to see some dead bodies. I did, well, in a good way, because I like to see the historical, you know.
Yeah, like archaeology.
Yeah,
You'd like to dig up an old burial ground
yeah,
and find a skeleton.
yeah.
Well, you could always volunteer. You know, when they do archaeology, it's only one or two guys actually do the archaeology. A lot of other people just walk around with wheelbarrows full of dirt. You could get a job doing that. You could be the wheelbarrow full of dirt guy. And they would say, Derick, I got some more dirt for you. And you'd say, hey, wait a minute, there's a skull here.
Cool.
Yeah, well, some people like that kind of thing. I don't mind dry bones. I don't think I would like it if it smelt.
Well, I always wanted to go to Paris and touch all the skulls, like in that underground thing.
The catacombs, yeah, I've seen that. They've got walls and walls of skulls.
But you've never been there, have
No,
you?
no, I saw a YouTube video. You know what happens? You watch one video and it immediately suggests another one, and you think, oh,
Yeah,
that looks interesting.
I don't like that.
And you end up spending 3 hours watching videos.
Yeah, that's what I hate about it.
But that's what they want you to do.
Well, you're not gonna get me to do that.
I don't mind. It makes it easier. You don't have to choose what to watch. You just ask it, and it comes up with an idea. Based on what you've watched in the past, it'll choose another one. You know, Carlos C2 is in Sweden?
C2's in Sweden?
Yeah.
Why?
He went there with his company, with Google. The whole team he works on went to do a week's work in Sweden.
Is he back now?
No, he's still there.
What are they doing?
Not sure. Probably exactly the same work that he does in the US, but working from over there.
Well, I bet he wouldn't like me saying this to him. I wouldn't say this, but I'd say, did you know Google's destroying education of young people?
Yeah, they're relying on the internet.
Yeah, instead of old-fashioned books.
Yeah. It'll just make books irrelevant. Once they digitize all the text from all the books, then you could get everything online.
Yeah, but then everyone gets different opinions, and then they get the facts all mixed up.
Well, not really. This is Wikipedia. And
unless-
Wikipedia allows you to change the facts.
Yeah, that's why I don't like about Wikipedia either. They change all the facts.
Well, if you look at something that's not very well known, like Al Howie's running career, somebody might say, oh yeah, I remember when he won Boston. And I could say, well, actually, as far as I know, he never ran Boston.
Yeah.
How come you're telling me he won it?
Yeah.
You know, do I believe everything you say? I don't think so.
Unless it's the encyclopedia, then no.
Unless it's official.
Like an encyclopedia.
Yeah. Or something that you could actually watch.
Encyclopedia is what we used in elementary school instead of the internet.
Well, that was before the internet.
Yeah. Well,
But now they're all using the internet.
encyclopedia was around the same time when the internet first came out.
Yeah, but I bet it's died off a lot. I bet they don't sell too many. If everybody's getting their information from Google for free, why do they want to spend hundreds of dollars for an encyclopedia?
Too lazy. Too lazy to go for the real facts. Not the, oh no, it's this. No, no, it's this.
Yeah. Make up your mind, buddy.
what I have to
Or
do.
like the other one, fake news. That's what it's like. Fake news. Well, this is pleasant. A little warm for you, though, eh? It will be. Once we get in the open. Have we passed where we normally turn? Not yet. I think it's past where those women are. I'd recognize it from the view, but they're blocking the view. I got a feeling we're going a little fast. It's annoying not being able to hear the Ice Smooth Run lady.
Why?
I don't know.
It's not up. She's not on that app anymore.
Well, it's on, but she's not speaking the splits for some reason.
Is the volume up?
Yep. Should be.
Did you check the settings?
Well, that could be it. You know what happened? I recorded a bit of a video earlier on with my phone, and I might have deactivated the volume settings.
When will it rain?
What?
When's it gonna rain?
I don't know. It's been 5 days with no rain.
I think I'm gonna go back.
You gone far enough?
I don't like this heat.
Okay, you're the boss. Especially seeing as you're buying the coffee. How could I disagree? You don't like summer, do you? But this is just the beginning.
My worst season.
Your worst season. Your worst nightmare. Well, the other thing would be to run earlier. If you got up at 6, it's cold at 6. It's warm by 8 and it's hot by 10. That's what happens. So we're running in the warm to hot zone. But I could have come up to your house around 9:30 this morning. Would you have been ready?
No.
Oh, okay. Because 9:30 would be exactly an hour before we met today. So we would be sitting drinking coffee by now.
I'm still in stop mode.
Hey. I'm sure she's keeping track. It's just, unless I plug in the earbuds, I can't hear her. Do you want me to plug in the earbuds?
Oh no.
Okay. I could plug in just one. But then you'll think, he's not listening to me. He's listening to the Grateful Dead.
What?
That's what you'll be thinking. I don't just listen to the Grateful Dead. I listen to a lot of podcasts. One of them happens to be the Grateful Dead.
Oh, great. That's just lovely.
It's a nice looking poodle. Hi. A medium-sized poodle. That's a good size for a dog. Not too big. Something you can jump over.
Poodles are one of the smartest in the world.
How do they test that?
I don't know.
Do they answer some questions? Do they say who was the 7th president of the United
smartest
States?
is the golden retriever.
Yeah.
And the third smartest.
Collies.
Yeah.
Border collies.
They're the third smartest.
They're very good at rounding up sheep.
And then the fourth smartest is a German Shepherd.
Yep, that's what Graham has is a guide dog. A German Shepherd called Marsh. Since I've known Graham, he's had 5 different dogs. Yeah. He's had one called Chemo, one called Dudley. He was a real dud. They had to send him back.
Was he a golden retriever?
Yeah. He wasn't very good. He was more of a family dog and not so much of a let's go for a walk type dog. He'd rather just sit down and on the rug.
Like that other...
A lazy dog.
Like the German Shepherd.
No, his latest one.
No, I meant the one before.
Oh, okay. Hi.
She was really excited then when somebody came to the door.
Yeah, well.
What was her name? Andy or...
Yeah. Adrian, that was another dog.
That was the dog I met.
Yep. She would bark all the time until we left. But my theory is that she knew that when she saw me, that I was taking Graham away from her. So she would bark like, I want to play with him. You can't play with him. You don't take me for a run. So I'm going to bark. So that's the way Adrian was thinking. And then after Adrian, she got Marshed. Graham got Marshed. And Marsh is a boy dog. His other couple were girl dogs, except Dudley. Dudley, the retriever, was a boy dog. He was a Dudley for sure. He was firing blanks, that one.
That's what they did in the old John Wayne movies.
What?
They used real guns, but they used blanks.
Yeah. But didn't Bruce Lee got shot in the face with a pistol with a blank?
No. Well, somebody,
Or there was an accident with a prop?
Somebody accidentally loaded one, I guess, with a real bullet.
And he thought it was a blank?
Yeah.
Is that how he died?
Well, and they thought it was a blank too. No, but
It just missed him.
he died from cancer.
Oh, okay. I don't know too much about Bruce Lee. He was kind of like between my time.
But I'm not too sure about that blank story.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I just know he died from cancer.
I remember seeing a film, I think it was called From Bruges, and it was a gangster movie about 2 Irish hitmen that they killed a little boy by mistake. They were trying to kill another gangster, and he got hit by a stray bullet. And the guy who did the shooting, he was so upset about it that he was going to kill himself. Anyway, in that movie, he shoots somebody in the face with a pistol with a blank, and it pretty much blinded him. But that was just the blast, or the hot air, or whatever that comes out when there's no bullet. It's just the flames that come out. And I think that's what got his eye. But you know how they keep talking about how women should protect themselves from danger? One of the best effective ways of making somebody back off is with flames. And if you have something like hairspray and a lighter, you have what effectively is a flamethrower. You could just go and so they're not going to die. They might end up with no hair on their face, but they're going to back off. So that's what you should tell Sabrina. Always have a lighter and your hairspray handy, just in case.
On the bus yesterday, I think it was yesterday.
Well, when I saw you or after?
No, before.
Before. on the trip downtown?
Yeah, I'm not too sure what day it was, but there's these, like, talking about women liberation.
Yeah.
Some women just think all men are bad. So
Yeah,
there's this girl.
they paint us all with the same brush.
Yeah. So there's this girl that's sitting in, and two drunk men. One of them saw her drinking water, and he said, "Good for you for drinking water." She didn't answer, so he tapped her on the shoulder, and when he tapped her on the shoulder, she moved.
Yeah.
And, like, get away from me, you know, thing.
So she took the wrong message.
Yeah, and,
She got the wrong message.
Yeah, so it's like, poor guy, you know, he was just trying to give her a compliment.
Well, I've noticed that with some of the cashiers at Save On Foods. If I go in there by myself and just say hi or start chatting with them, they're a little bit more on guard. But if I'm in there with Norma, then they say, "Oh, I've known your husband for years. He's a funny guy." Anyway, there's one of the cashiers at Save On Foods that used to live in Esquimalt, very close to where you are. And I saw her at the bus stop once. And I was going to say to her, "You know, I saw you in Esquimalt at the bus stop. Were you coming into work?" And she just didn't answer me. Like she thought it was not an appropriate question. She just doesn't know I'm a very chatty guy. But as I say, when I went to speak to her when Norma was there, yeah, she's very friendly.
Oh.
Maybe she thought I was coming on to her and she didn't want to give me any positive messages.
"Oh, your husband's a very funny guy." And you should have said, "Well, you didn't think so last time I came in by myself."
Yeah. Well, I'm sure if I go in again, she'll say, "Oh, I've known your wife for years. We're always chatting." But I think she was part of the original Safeway staff. You know how it changed from Safeway to Save On? Well, they kept a lot of the staff.
Sobeys bought them out.
Yeah, that's right, Sobeys. Which in turn I think is owned by Overweighty Foods in Duncan. I could be wrong.
What's an overweighted foods?
Maybe they're part of Sobeys. I don't think it's the other way around. Because I know that Overweighty Foods is like Thrifties, but from Duncan. Did you pay for my coffee, Derick?
Yeah.
Oh, so I'll better fill it up.